Let's go over a review of this digital picture frame. I'm gonna go over all the different features of it, show you all the different settings that this digital picture frame has, talk about who this is for, and then go over a demo of me using the app as well so you can get a full understanding of just exactly how this works and help you make a better buying decision for your digital picture frame. So first, let's just have a look at the digital picture frame. So this is the 15.6-inch one. This is Wi-Fi enabled, is 1920 by 1080 HD resolution. And of course, you can set this picture frame on any table. You can also mount it on the wall. So we do have the little mount hole right here, where we can have this be horizontal or vertical. Go ahead and show you. Here's the little stand. So I'll have it be horizontal and it just fits in just like that. And we can just go ahead and have it be a picture frame. So it fits really easily into the back of the picture frame. And of course, we can just have it stand up. Okay, and then doing it vertically, go ahead and pop that on out, put it on in, and have it be vertical. Okay, and this digital picture frame has the white mat here, the black frame. And if we look on the very bottom here, we have a bunch of different ports. The first one that we have here is the SD card port. So what's great about this is Wi-Fi enabled, so we can use the Frameo app, and we'll go over a demo of using the Frameo app. And with the Frameo app, we can of course use the internet to add photos to this and videos. We can also load in an SD card and have the pictures and videos load from that SD card as well. Okay, moving to the left, the small little hole right there, headphone jack in case you want to listen to the videos without having the audio play through the speakers right here. Next to that is the USB-A and the USB-C. So with those, we can add in any type of external storage. We can connect our computer. So we don't have to be connected to the Wi-Fi to put on images onto this. That's what's so great about this. We can use the SD card, we can use a computer, we can use our phone, we can connect our phone to this as well and transfer them. So it's incredibly easy and convenient to add photos to this. Okay, and then finally right there, that's where the power cable goes in. And here's a look at the power cable that we get with the device. And of course, right on the back right here, we have the power button. Okay, so let's get into this digital picture frame and go through all the settings, and let's load up some images on here so you can see this thing in action. All right, so let's go over all the different features here. So as of course you can see, we have the images being displayed on the digital picture frame. So let's just go through the different components. So again, it is a touch screen. Go ahead and touch the screen to get to the settings. Then we can see on our menu here, we have the Wi-Fi that we connected to. So when you first turn on your digital picture frame, it'll go through a very basic setup where you'll just name the frame, connect it to the Wi-Fi, and it just makes it really easy, so no hassle with the setup. And then we have this all photos here. Go ahead and click that, and we can create albums, and we'll go over how to manage and create albums. That way you can show specific images on the digital picture frame. So this comes in handy when, let's say you just took a trip and you just want to show images from that trip or videos and photos from that trip. You can just select that album to play, or you can play all your photos. So that's really handy. Okay, then we have the date, then we have add friend, go over that in a second, and the my photos, settings, and this is how you power off the device. Then we can add the image that we're on to an album, adjust the image, as well as react to the image, hide it, and delete it. So these settings on this bottom bar here are shown throughout the app, as you'll see in a second here. So let's just go over a few of these settings. We'll go to add to album. So go ahead and create a new album. We'll just tell this test, create and add, go back here, and we go to the albums, and we can see that one photo was added to the test album, and then we can manage the albums that way. So really quick and easy to set up the albums. Okay, and then the adjust, we can adjust the image itself. We can have it fit to frame. So depending on the image that you have, the dimensions of the image, this will come in handy. As you can see, to fill the frame, we have like a blurred background of the actual image. So it just enlarges this image that you have here and then blurs it so it has a nice border instead of it just being black, okay? So this looks a little bit better. We do crop in a little bit. And we can also, of course, rotate the image. We wouldn't want to do this on this image, but we can do that. Maybe necessary on some images. In captions, captions can only be added by the sender of the photo. So when you send photos, you can add captions, which is really cool. Just explaining, what the scene is, what the image is about. It's always nice to add. Okay, and then you just press the check mark when you're good to go. We'll go back to the menu, and we can also react to an image. So we want to do this when we get sent an image. We can always send one of these emojis, and the sender of the photo will get that emoji back. Okay, next, then we have hide. It's a really cool feature. Also, we can hide specific images in our albums if we wanted to. Let's say we just don't want to see that image for a while. We can always just hide that just by pressing there, and it goes on to the next one. We can always undo that, okay? And then of course, deleting it. So if we get tired of a photo, we can just delete that as well. Okay, so let's go to the main settings here. We get this big menu, so just go break this down for you. So we have the My Frame. This is just the information on the frame. So this is for mom and dad. It's a family room, English language. We can change the weather, temperature unit, change the date, time zone, first day of the week, and use 24-hour formats. So just basic settings here. And we were asked a lot of these when we set up the device. So usually we don't have to go back into this and change it around. Okay, then we go to the Manage Photos, and this shows us how much storage we have. Again, we have 32 gigabytes of storage for this. We have 4 photos stored right now. Then we have the My Photos, and this takes us to that menu where we can do the same options, but a little bit different. So we can now select multiple. We can select all of them if we wanted to, and we have those same options. Add to an album, hide, delete, and then again, being able to select all of these. We can go into each individual one here and use the same options as well. So this is another way to manage it in case we want to manage more than one at once. Okay, and then we can transfer from computer. So click that option when you want to transfer from a computer, and then importing photos from external storage and export photos to external storage. So that's also really handy. You want to use those options when you are doing those transfers. Okay, and then the My Friends. So you can have anyone connect to your digital picture frame, and they can send in their photos and videos, make it much more convenient and just a lot more special, because you can have someone, one of your friends' family, they're just out on a trip and they want to send you some photos. They can send it to your digital picture frame, and you can just have that instantly pop up on your digital picture frame and really build that more connection with your family and friends. So with the friends right now, this is me. I am on this digital picture frame. I have my own account and I logged into this. I'll go over how to set that up in a second here, but this gives the friend permissions. So you can allow a friend to share the code to this frame. So if you want them to be able to share this picture frame as well, you can allow them to see photos from this frame, allow a friend to manage photos for this frame as well. So you can get really granular in your permissions for who you allow to access this digital picture frame. Okay, and then the display. So we have the brightness level, sleep mode. So I always recommend doing the sleep mode. That way you can have this turn off, not waste electricity. Turn it off, of course, when you go to sleep, and turn it on when you wake up. Easy to set up right here. Then we have the Slideshow, and this allows us to add just, how it's being displayed. So we have the timer. We can set this for 5 seconds to 24 hours, or a custom timer. And then we have the fill the frame by default. We went over that, just having the image cropped if it's not gonna be able to fit in the specific frame. And then the frame background, as I mentioned, filled the background with blurred bars, or have it be a filled blurred image. So usually I like to have the default that it is set at right now. Okay, and then the order, date received, date taken, shuffle, newest first, oldest first, however you would like to organize them, you can do that here. Okay, and then the widgets. So this is what displays on the digital picture frame. For me, I like to remove all these widgets. I like to just have just the photo showing. So I just remove all of them. I'll go ahead and show you. So there was no captions on any of the videos, so you didn't see any of those, but go ahead and remove all of these. As you'll remember, there was the profile in the bottom left-hand corner. There was the clock and the weather in the top right-hand corner. Go ahead and remove those. Go ahead and go out, and then we just have the photo. So let's go back to the settings, go back to the slideshow. Okay, and then we have a collage mode as well. Turn that on, have 2 to 6 photos in the collage. Personally, I don't like using this one either, because then you have to adjust the timer settings as well. Usually you wanna have the timer set a little bit longer for collage photos, and I just like having one photo at a time. Okay, and then the volume for your videos, as well as the video playback, the autoplay, and the auto mute. These are of course for the video. You can adjust these as well. And the Wi-Fi, usually we don't have to touch this. Again, this was set up once we turn on the device for the first time. We were asked to connect to the Wi-Fi network. But again, remember, you can use your tablets, your phones, your laptops, SD cards, as well as photos and videos. Just know that you can't get photos and videos from friends and family members from their phones or devices unless you're connected to Wi-Fi. Okay, and then we have the notifications. So notifications when these options happen, whether it's features, new friends, transferring, we can set the notification volume here. This is at least fine for me for the defaults. And we have a backup and restore. So we can set up a cloud backup. We can also restore a frame from a backup also. So if we have an external storage device, we can do that. We can also reset the frame right here as well. So those are all the settings. Go back here and we can see the add the friend. So if you wanted to add a friend, you can just have them go into the Frameo app and have them input this code or scan the QR code if they're present in front of the frame. So that's how you add friends, really easy. So that's a rundown of the entire frame here. Very simple to use, easy to change all the settings, very customizable, and you can collaborate with the digital picture frame with your friends and family. So let's just have a quick look at the app real quick. Got my iPad here. So we'll go ahead and look at it. So this is my account. You can have it on iPad or your phone. Okay, so the bottom here, we have 3 options. This is where you can see your connected frames. We can see that I have 2 frames connected, and then we can also add one. So that's where we add in the code that I just showed you. That's how you can connect. And then we go into the images that you can send. So let's say we just wanted to send one of these images here. We can go ahead and tap on that. We can also do a multi-select by clicking that as well. We can also add in graphics onto the image. I usually never do that though, but you can here. Okay, so once we have the photo selected, we just press next, and then we can choose which frame to send it to. Okay, and then choose next again, and there's where we can add the caption. So we just say salmon, and we can also adjust the image as well, whether it's the portrait or landscape mode, and then the fit to frame. So we can see a nice little preview of it. So that makes it really easy just to see what it would be like on the actual digital picture frame. So this looks good. You can see the little bubble right there, the caption, send photo, and then we hear that little noise, go back to the digital picture frame, and there is the salmon. And we can see that you've received 1 new photo. And since we have the captions turned off, we're not gonna see them in the bottom left-hand corner. Then we can tap it, and then we can see, once we're in the settings, the caption as well. So that's how easy it is to set this up, to use the Frameo app on your tablet, on your phone, send them to picture frames that you have connected on your account. It's really just that easy that anyone can set this up. So who is this digital picture frame for? Really anyone. This thing is amazing. I love having photos and videos of all my trips, just all family, friends, just cycling through every day. Of course, the problem with static photos is you just have 1 photo and it takes up that entire space in your house. I can go through all these different memories. And when I'm seeing all these different images and videos, I really relive those moments. And I just don't get that with just static photos on the wall or on your dresser. And this really is the perfect gift. I couldn't think of a better gift to give. There's always memories that you would want to share and relive, and this helps you do that. But another use of this is if you're in an office building. So it doesn't have to be for your families and friends. It can just be to show off your business to potential clients, to customers. You can tell a much more visually engaging story when you cycle through photos and videos through this. So you can just have this in the reception area or wherever your business is or anywhere in your office building. This will work really well to showcase your business. So in my opinion, this is absolutely a digital picture frame worth checking out.